it's Noelle Toland, and you're listening to On the Fly with Stevie.
You are listening to On the Fly.
What's up, guys? On the Fly is back again tonight, and look who we have back in the house with us tonight. And this is number 4 for her, so we're not quite at the 5-timers club. She's one step closer to the On the Fly Hall of Fame. But tonight, Miss Noelle Toland is back with us. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, you know you're welcome anytime you want to be on here. Well, tonight, me and Miss Noelle are gonna, you know how we like to do our top 10 list, and I think we did our Trisha Yearwood songs. We did our top 10 Trisha Yearwood songs. So tonight is our top 10 favorite, and I have to stress that with you guys all the time. Favorite music videos. This is going across all genres. It's not just country. It's not just rock. It could be anything we want to up there. Facebook users, I don't know who you are, but you're already drawing a crowd in here. They're already, and I'm sure Hi Guys is probably Nicole. That's probably her, but everybody's coming up Facebook user. But anyway, top 10 music videos, and guys, I don't know about Miss Noelle's list, but mine is all over the place. Oh, it's my daughter. Okay. Mallory's in.
Hi, Mallory.
Yeah. So before we get started on that, how's everything been going?
Great. I've been very, very busy. Lots of good stuff. I'm playing the Hard Rock on Sunday at 1 p.m. Not in Nashville, but if anyone out there is in Nashville, come see me sing. I'm going to be doing some Christmas songs, though.
So. Look, I was actually going back when we got to talk about, you just had a new video come out, or You're an Arrow. And guys, I'm telling you, she tops herself each time she comes out with something. I mean, everything gets better and better. But this video it seems like it's kind of special to you, and judging from the content and the video, why don't you tell us a little bit about You're an Arrow and how you came up with the concept for the video?
Yeah. The song is about a girl calling her mom for advice when she feels like nothing's going right for her. She feels directionless, lost, and her mom tells her in so many words that you're on a path and you were made to fly both high and low. Life is a journey. It's not, a one direction path, and life has its vicissitudes, and you just gotta keep going. And the lyrics behind the story were inspired by a Khalil Gibran poem called On Children. And he writes that when you have children, you are the bows from which your arrows go forth, and you hope that they go swift and far. And my father had sent that poem to me years ago when I was in LA. And it really, it's like I needed to hear it. I read it at that time. And I got an arrow tattoo on my neck in honor of that. And so I'd always loved that poem. And then I found out that Khalil Gibran was my grandmother's favorite poet. So when I found that out, I think after, it might've been right before I wrote it or right after. And I wrote the song. I wrote it with Tyler, my friend Tyler Winther. And when I had a friend ask me if I wanted to play around in Nashville, and I just said, yeah, absolutely. And then he told me the date, and it was April 7th, which happened to be my grandmother's birthday. Oh. And so I jumped at the chance to play that. So I played that for You're an Arrow for the very first time in Nashville on April 7th. And the response was really lovely. and I decided to release it in September, and then set out to do a music video with Lindsay Pacos, who directed all my other videos.
And I mean, this has got, a little special video. It's got little Noelle in there. Home video, old home videos with you and your mom. And first thing I thought of, and I talked about it with you before, is the Wolfgang Van Halen song "Distance," which this dog is about to go crazy over here.
But I'm glad my dog's very quiet. So
this one is for some. She's never like, she's like banging on the doors and stuff. But anyway, with Distance, Wolfgang did a lot of old home videos with him and his dad, of course, the legendary Eddie Van Halen. And this one reminded me of that. But I mean, great video. Was that your idea?
So the home videos came later. I called Lindsay, and we kind of did what we normally do. We rent a house, and then she's still okay. And we decided to rent a house, and we kind of went over the vibe of the song, yada yada. And then I would say about a week before, I had this idea of using home videos, and I think it came to me when I was maybe having a conversation with my mom, or I don't know, reminiscing and being sad about how fast time goes, and lamenting on my childhood. And I remember I talked to Tyler, my co-writer. I was like, "What do you think about this idea?" And he goes, "Oh, that's good." And I said, I think, and it's mainly, I think I want to do this just as a gift for my mom, if anything. Like, if anyone will watch it or enjoy it, it would be for her. And I didn't tell her about it. And I talked to Lindsay, and I said, "What do you think?" She said, "That sounds like that's great." And so I went through, it was actually, I couldn't find the videos. And I had kind of have a panic attack, because that's the one thing I cherish most, aside from my grandmother's wedding ring. Like, that's the one thing I cherish most in the entire world. Like, you can take anything from me but my home videos. Yeah. I couldn't find them, and I'm breaking out. But then I found them, and what I had actually digitized them years ago, so I had them on DVD. But then I had to figure out how to convert them into a file for her to edit with. So I did that. I combed through all these hours of footage and found the clips of me with my mom that would suit the story. And there's one and most of the clips are of me just with her walking in a park. Yeah. And then there's one you can't see, but we are in a zoo, and I'm like looking at I think it's a polar bear or a penguin. I'm like staring at this, and my mom's kind of like, yeah. And I'm just I look very stern or something, or just very perplexed.
I can watch that again to see that.
Yeah, we're in the zoo.
But yeah, I mean, and that just fits. You couldn't have picked out, a better concept for that song. It just fits. And I'm sure your mom didn't cry a bit when she saw that, did she?
Yeah. So I had told her, I said, "So there's a video coming out, and you're really going to like it." And she goes, "Okay, thanks." And or I can't wait. She's very supportive of me. She's very sweet. And then we secured a premiere at the Women of Country, who so graciously premiered it and did a lovely write-up on the song and on me. And then yesterday I got a write-up in Music Mecca, and highlighting the fact that it was a gift from my mom. And I posted it, and she called me just almost in tears, saying how grateful she is. And it was very, then with that, it's mission accomplished. Like, nothing else matters.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So she's very happy.
Well, that right there is freaking awesome. I don't care what you say. Look, guys, Noelle was so gracious to send me this autographed picture of her. I got this up here on the desk. Brian and Annie Vander are watching right now. What's up, guys? I know they just came back off vacation, so
Hi, Brian.
I know you guys hate to be back in regular life mode again, but so it is what it is, isn't it, Brian? But anyway, talk about, because we talked a little bit about this before we came on the air. I was like a kid when the MTV age really started. MTV was like a big outlet for a lot of groups that launched a lot of groups. Just like we were talking about, you could hear a song, but if they, and that was good, you say, okay, I like that song. But then when you see, like you said, we're all really visual. When you see something of a music video and put it with that song, and if the video is like really good, it's going to make you like that song even more. But I know those days of MTV, why they don't change their name from MTV now, because they show everything but music now.
I know.
But the days of the music video and the record companies supporting that are gone. Talk a little bit about that process that you go through when you want to do a video. I mean, because you don't have this big record company saying, okay, Noelle, we're going to pay for this. You're on a budget. So talk a little bit about that process of doing a video.
Yeah. There's this quote that comes to mind that my dad always told me, where creativity does not come from thinking outside the box. It comes from thinking within. And when you don't have a lot of money to do something, you're going to figure out a way to get it done. And I am very visual inherently. I learned that way. I do a lot of things visually. Like it's hard for me to listen to audiobooks. I have to have a book in my hand. So
exactly,
I like visuals, and I feel like a lot of other people are as well. And especially with music, I've noticed I'll release a song, and people will say, "Oh, congrats!" But then I'll release the video to the song months later, and then they think it's like a brand new song, because I think people kind of want to see what the singer looks like. They want to know what the vibe is. They want to feel what the story is. What are the colors? Where are you? How do you move? There's so many components that go into a video that make a good video. And I was lucky enough to find my videographer, Lindsay, and who is a rock star, and she does everything. So when we make videos, it's just her and me. She does everything, and she's a genius, and I'd be lost without her. And I'm just like bow at her feet. And my vocal coach, Maureen Murphy, connected me with her. And so she does she's a photographer as well. So she shoots all my photos. And the first video we did a couple live videos in the studio. And then I decided to do a music video. And because one thing in the industry that's going on now is a lot of people, marketing experts in the music industry are advising artists, don't pay for a music video. If you're going to pay for content, get content that can be cut up into 15-second clips that you can reuse and use the social, which is, that makes sense. If a video, if you don't want to spend $100,000 on a video, go pay something that's cheaper to get little clips. But I think I'm just very crafty, and I don't want to say cut corners, but I do all my hair. I do all my makeup. I do all my styling. The cost is, I keep the cost very low. I have experience in being an indie filmmaker. So I know how to hustle and just make sure that the overhead is really low. And we shoot with natural lighting. There's just all these components. We don't have craft services, so I don't have to pay food for everyone. But there's a way to do it, to make stuff for not pay $1 million. And so, yeah, you have, if an artist is listening that wants to make content, but doesn't. I think that it costs them so much money that it doesn't. Like, you just have to learn how to do your own makeup. Like, I'm not a big makeup person, but I watch my YouTube videos. I'm like, okay, that's how I do a cat eye, or that's how I color my, cheeks. But you got to be resourceful.
Do the same thing. Got another comment. This is one of my nieces saying she loves you and Ara.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yes, Kathy's a sweet girl.
So
But yeah, can you imagine though if you had come along back in the day when these record companies were? Imagine like some of these videos I know I'm going to talk about. I would hate to see the budget go on a couple. I know a couple of them were probably like million dollars of worth of a budget there, but one in particular. But can you imagine having that kind of budget? I mean, like if you were to do this video with a $1 million budget. But then again, I don't think you could have done this video any better. I mean, you like I said, and I mean not blowing smoke, but you had the right idea. It was, I guess, just putting the home video up there. It fit, and it worked. I mean, but that is so great. You guys have to check that out. If you have not checked that video out, find it on YouTube. I'm sure I've got it on the On the Flythe Facebook page. You need to check it out and listen to the song, because it like she said, it's a I mean she goes in depth with it, and your co-writer, you go in depth with these lyrics, and it fits so well. And you could be an actor too. I know you said you've been on some stuff, but you could be an actress too. I mean,
oh, thanks. I mean, I'm an actor, but this is how I get to act when I do my videos. It's a way for me. Yeah, exactly.
So we decided we were going to do top 10 music videos.
I'm ready.
Nicole was saying, okay, do you want to narrow it down to one genre? I said, no, let's just go across the whole freaking spectrum. Anything could be up here. It could be country, which I've got some country up here. I've got plenty of country. It could be rock. It could be R&B. It could be rap, whatever you want to up there. And once I started making my list, and I was like, and I'm like, how am I going to leave some of these off? But I narrowed it down to 10, and these are, I guess any week these could change for me, but these are the 10 I picked. But let's let you start off since you're the guest. You start off with number 10.
All right, so I'm going to warn you that I have 10 videos, but I only have a few artists.
That's fine. That is fine.
And
hey, look, you like what you like. That is no problem.
And there's only a few directors, so I've learned I have a taste.
You went with direct. We went all out with directors too, girl. Come on now. I can tell you by looking at the Wikipedia page who the directors are of my videos, but I don't know if I could remember it like that. Okay.
Well, I've only got a few directors, so it wasn't.
So wow, I can't wait to hear this now.
Okay, so my number 10, we're starting at 10?
Right.
Okay, 10 is Any Man of Mine, Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Directed by John Derek, who was Bo Derek's husband.
Oh, yeah. I do remember him being a director.
Mm-hmm.
So is Shania going to make a lot of appearance? Yeah, Kathy's over here going, woohoo!
Shania. When I shot Limbo.
Yes, that's a total Shania.
The night before, I watched every single video of hers from beginning to present in order. I love her so much. I'm obsessed.
Nothing wrong with Shania. You can't go wrong with Shania. So see, I'm gonna probably show my age here because I'm a little bit older than Noelle. So some of my songs are gonna be like the 80s stuff, and but this one, starting off country,
Okay.
And it's a John Small directed video, filmed over 3 days in 1993. It's a duet, country music, and matter of fact, the main singer just redid it with a country music legend, and I'm talking about Reba McEntire's "Does He Love You."
That's what I was going to say. I love that.
She did the original version with Linda Davis, and I remember when it came out, and she did it on, I think, on one of her greatest hits CDs, and it was just a single up there. But they did the video, and the video it's kind of like a soap opera feel with,
Yeah.
and then at the end, the the boat that Linda Davis is on with Reba's husband blows up, and then you hear a guy yell "cut," and it's like they're really on a soap opera. But that video was so great. But the live version at the CMA Awards that year, when they sing that, when they go back to back on each other and are singing that at the end, it is freaking awesome. I mean, and I listened to she redid it with Dolly. Just redid it with Dolly. And my daughter was like, we were on the way home from get some lunch, and she was like, listen to this. And I listened to it. I said, no offense to Dolly, but I'll always be partial to the Linda Davis. Linda Davis, who is the mother of was Hillary from Lady A.
Yeah.
So, but this was really the only hit Linda Davis ever had. But with that voice, I find that hard to believe.
Such a beautiful voice.
But yeah, Rob Reiner was actually the one playing the director in the video when he yells "cut," but it's just a great video. Got that soap opera feel, and you know me, I was raised on soap operas, so I did, believe it or not,
I love that.
Staying with my grandma and my great aunt kept us, and from 12:30 to 4 o'clock. You didn't bother them. It was
Which one was on at that time? As the World Turns?
Young and the Restless was first.
Mm-hmm.
And what was after? This was the days before Bold and the Beautiful came on. I want to say it was something called Capital. That was one. Then As the World Turns, then Guiding Light. So that was their schedule during the day. And you didn't bother them. They had your lunch before 12:30. And you didn't bother them after that. But yeah, I was raised on that. And I still watch. I don't watch it as much as I used to, but I still watch it every once in a while.
I love that. It's so funny.
All right. Let's see what number 9 is for you.
Okay. Number 9. It's All Coming Back to Me Now, Celine Dion.
Oh.
That was directed by, that's right. That's the connection. Nigel Dick, who did all of someone else's videos that I can't name yet.
Did Meatloaf do a cover of that or do a version of that song?
So I did a little research today.
Yeah.
So apparently he wanted that song, and the guy who wrote it was like, no, this is for a female's voice. And they went to court about it. Like, he wanted to record it that bad.
Really?
Yeah. And I think he lost. But the story is based on Wuthering Heights, the book. Okay. And which I didn't know. And the music video, they filmed at the Summer Palace for the Austrian Emperor, I think, and then some also in Czechoslovakia. It's this beautiful mansion that they're at, and it's this drama, and it starts with Celine Dion in bed, and then apparently it's inferred that it's her lover or husband dies in a motorcycle accident, and then his ghost is haunting her, and she's tormented, and it's just so dramatic, and I love it. And I love that song. I really love Celine Dion so much. Her voice is amazing.
It seems like there was some challenge a while back, maybe a year ago, that Mallory was doing on social media with they were putting the chorus to all these different kind of video clips or something like that. Because I remember hearing that chorus over and over and over again. But I'll have to ask her what that was. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but I remember when Celine Dion really hit her hot streak, and you don't hear much from her anymore. You really don't hear a whole lot
Yeah.
about her.
She has some health problems,
Oh,
unfortunately.
God. But
Yeah.
I do remember the first time I heard her. I don't know if you well, not I don't ask a woman her age, but uh, back. Okay, you remember the "We Are the World" stuff,
Yeah.
but back like when they did the whole when it was Desert Storm, one of the wars in Iraq, a bunch of them got together and did a song called "Voices That Care," and I think that was the first time I heard Celine sing. She was on there with she did part of it with Garth Brooks for a little while, but then after that, gosh, so many hits after that. Of course, the Titanic song, "My Heart Will Go On." But Celine, I like Celine, so I don't have a problem with that. Number 9 for me, and
Okay.
if we started off country. Now we're gonna go a little R&B.
Okay.
But these guys could do no wrong back in the '90s. I mean, gosh, to be honest with you, if you when you watch their videos, you're looking at what they would dress up. I'm like, that is so cool the way they dress, but I could never pull that off. But this song was off their second album, which was just titled Two. I'm talking about Boys to Men, and I'm talking about on Bended Knee.
Oh,
Uh,
I love that
the
song.
the video it deals with all 4 of the guys with their own screen girlfriends, and some are having problems, some are just meeting the girls, and I know Lisa from Saved by the Bell was on there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she was really causing some drama on there. Tootie from Facts of Life, I don't know,
Uh-huh.
and then uh, gosh, Drusilla from Young and the Restless, Victoria.
Oh,
The other girl I didn't know. Her name was Renee Jones, but I didn't know who she was. But this song, oh my gosh, I listened to this song so many times. I was a big time diehard Boys to Men fan,
me too.
and I cannot for the life of me. And I know music goes through phases, but I cannot for the life of me figure out why their popularity dropped off. And I know people's taste change, but these guys could flat out sing. I mean, they were, on Bended Knee was just probably my favorite song off that album. But it shows them going through their little trials and tribulations with these girls, and all of them end up getting back together with them at the end. But
Mm.
the one of the parts where they're sitting there singing and that it's raining and all 4 of them have umbrellas and they're wearing this stuff, and I'm like, gosh, and back in the day that was the stuff to wear. But and I watched this today, uh, so I was like, couldn't pull that off now if they wanted to. Not that outfit.
Yeah. They were so good. Their voices were amazing.
Harmonies, I'm telling you, I'm a sucker for harmonies. And when I first heard them sing "It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday,"
Yeah.
oh my gosh, when I heard that, I was like, these guys, yeah. But of course, this album too was like monumental. I mean, let me see, it was directed by Lionel Martin. I'm gonna get you on it. I'm gonna get all the directors up here just because you do. But yeah, on Bended Knee, they had done End of the Road, but this video to me was telling 4 different stories, and I like seeing the ones with stories in it.
Yeah, me too.
I some of the concert performance videos I like, but I'd rather have one that would just tells a story. But on Bended Knee, my number 9.
I love it.
Number 8 for you.
Okay.
Here we go. Shania Part 2.
She's a blonde. She
Uh-oh.
sings country music.
Noelle, it's Limbo.
Yeah, right. Look, oh my God, what if I was a crazy ego?
That's my number 2.
My number 8 is Faith Hill, Breathe.
Oh yeah.
Iconic.
I know, I don't remember much about this video about Breathe.
It's her. She's just so gorgeous, and it's just her flowing hair, and she's wearing a white dress, and it's very ethereal, and she's just kind of like dancing around. And then there's part where she's in a bed with these like white silk sheets, and I just love that video.
I will tell you, one of my honorable mentions is a Faith Hill video, but it's Like We Never Loved at All.
Oh, so good.
Her and Tim McGraw, of course, I guess they were a couple at one time. They split up, and they keep running each other at Hollywood events and stuff. And yeah, that one was pretty awesome. That told a story too. But I have to go back and watch Breathe.
It's so good. She's just so stunning, and it's a beautiful video.
All right. So my number 8.
Okay.
And I couldn't being the huge mega fan I am of this group, I couldn't do a top 10 without having one of their videos on it. And it's one of the simplest videos they ever did, but it was so great. The song is so great. And look, guys, when I did this list, I said, I cannot just put my favorite songs up here. I mean, I've got to do something with the video, had to say something. But this one came out, I want to say it was 89 or 90. So yes, I'm old. But a ballad, imagine that. And it's Kiss, it's Forever. Mm-hmm. It's just a simple video of them playing in a studio. But one of my favorite members of that group of all time, rest in peace. Matter of fact, his 4 days ago, it was his anniversary. He died from cancer. But Eric Carr, the drummer, playing the drums like crazy. But I remember, being a Kiss fan since I was 5 years old, and they had the popularity with the makeup, and then they took the makeup off, and they kind of mediocre popularity. Well, this song hit, and their popularity took off again with the MTV was playing Forever over and over again. And like I said, I'm a sucker for a ballad, but
Me
yeah,
too.
Forever is my number 8. I mean,
love it.
It's a great song.
All right. Okay, so number 7. Okay.
Uh-oh, she's thinking.
Wait.
You're changing the list, are you?
No, I'm kind of okay. Oh, this is hard. Okay. Before he cheats.
Carrie Underwood. That one, I do remember that one. That one does tell a good story. And you can definitely feel her anger in that video too. Yeah.
Because she had just released Jesus Take the Wheel.
Yeah.
So this was a huge departure, but it set off, I think that really just launched her. Not that she wasn't launched before, but it just showed this different side of her where it was more raw and kind of fun in a way.
Wasn't that like the second single? Because Jesus Take the Wheel was the first one to come out after Idol.
Yeah, I think so. It might be the second. Great video.
I'm trying to sit here and think of some of the videos I've seen of hers. Of course, gosh, now that I was sitting here thinking of it in my head when you said it. Now I can't think of the name of the Just a Dream, which that tells a story about her husband getting killed in the service. And All American Girl, that one was a good one too. But yeah, I think she just came out with something new too. I may be wrong. So
yeah, she's amazing.
Another comment: no list of Stevie's complete without Kiss. Yes, of course. I don't know who that is, but evidently someone that knows me well, and it made me my daughter. It looks like something my daughter would put up there.
I love it.
So let me pull this up so I can tell you who directed this next video. All right. I don't know if I can say this guy's name. This was from 2000. Country music, another country music song from 2000. A Lady. Directed by Peter Zavadil, and it that was Brian. Yeah, that was Brian that said that. But it kind of, this video takes you back to an older movie. The video is Born to Fly by Sarah Evans.
Oh, so good.
Yes, the whole Wizard of Oz thing.
Yeah.
I remember getting to be a fan of her when she sang "No Place That Far" with Vince Gill, and then I think this was the next album, and seeing that video, I was like, wow, they're doing the whole Wizard of Oz thing. They did it, and they had it down to the actually Annie M. The lady that played Annie M. in that looked just like the older Annie M. So,
yeah.
Great song. Let's see. Won CMA Video of the Year in 2001, and this is another one that Mallory really likes this song, and we've listened to this so many times in the car, and she's a big Sarah Evans fan. But just a great video with the whole Wizard of Oz element with her Sarah Evans playing Dorothy, and they got some good ones playing the Tin Man, Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion too. But yeah, I love Sarah Evans, but Born to Fly is number 7 for me.
Yeah, it's a great video. It's such a great song. Her voice is.
Oh yeah, she's got so many great songs. I mean, she covered that Rod Stewart song, "My Heart Can't Tell You No," and they did a video for that. That one was pretty good. What was the one? "Always Be My Baby." That one was a good one too. Yeah, she's had so many great songs. And then she did that covers album. That covers album is really good.
She's amazing.
Yeah. So number 6 for you.
Okay. All right. This is my first of many for this artist.
Oh, I thought we were going to have a bunch of Shania. Okay.
Well, there's two artists that I've got a lot of.
Okay.
Okay, so this other one, number 6, she's a pop star.
Are we going Britney here?
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew you had said something about being a Britney Spears fan.
I got a lot of them. I was Britney Spears like super fan.
Yes, I remember.
My dad took me to see her. I might have been 10. I don't know how old I was, but after this, like towards the end of the show, there's this confetti that fell down, and I made my dad, because we were in cheap seats. I made my dad go down with me to grab a bunch of confetti because Britney might have touched it.
You still have that confetti?
I have, yeah. You know, at the time concerts, like there was like a big book, so there's confetti still in there. It's in storage, but yeah, I still have it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So which one is it?
This one.
Maybe one more time.
No, not yet.
Oh, I knew that was gonna be out there somewhere.
No, I mean that's an iconic one. So this one, number 6, is "You Drive Me Crazy."
Okay.
And it's with Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah, and Adrienne Grenier. And they're doing this dance, and like one thing I just loved about Britney, she's just so beautiful, and her charisma and her dancing. It was always just so, you just can't take your eyes off her.
Yeah.
I loved her hair. She had this really cool hairstyle with like bangs and very wavy. And this bright green tie. What I love about her videos is just the fashion. Like, it's just so much fun. So that's my number 6.
We're gonna have. I'm trying to figure out which Britney songs are going to be up here, and I'll figure that in my head. But unfortunately, I didn't have a Britney song on my honorable mention. Can you believe it? But
Well, you are a man. I'm a girl that's like obsessed with.
and that was about the time you were a teenager, probably about that time too, right?
I don't know how old I was, but I
What?
was younger, and I just
Okay.
loved her. I idolized her.
A lot of girls did. She
But I
wasn't
was, yeah, but I was a terrible dancer, so I could never dance like her. But I was
bad.
obsessed.
I couldn't even begin to tell you. I couldn't dance like the worst dancer. I have like, if it's possible, I have 3 left feet. So and no rhythm at all. The rhythm is gone from here. Um, so what am I? We're on number 6.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a kind of funny one, and it poked fun at a lot of different movies. And these guys always, most of the time, when these guys do a movie, they like to poke a video, excuse me. They like to poke fun at social trends or movies or something like that. And I'm talking about the Foo Fighters, "Learn to Fly."
So good.
They were poking fun at all the like the airplane movie, the Airport 75, Airport 77. Uh, and they were playing so many different. Each one of them played at least 2, maybe 3 different characters in there. Dave Grohl, I know he played. He played a he played a teenage girl. He played an FBI director, and then he played himself. Um, the late great Taylor Hawkins played a really surprisingly attractive flight attendant. And played himself, but the these 2 guys, I think Jack Black and another guy are like the plane cleaners, and they bring in they're smuggling drugs, and somehow the drugs get put in the coffee, and the whole plane, the pilots go cuckoo, and the Foo Fighters are actually on the plane, and they didn't drink coffee, they drank alcohol, so they're the ones that have to land the plane. And, um, it was so funny, and it turned me, and that was probably what turned me into a Foo Fighters fan. After that, I was hooked. I listen to them to this day because of that, and Big Me, where they made fun of the Mentos commercials.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But Learn to Fly, and that was directed by
Ooh.
Jesse Peretz and won a Grammy Award for Best Short Form Music Video 2001. So,
Oh, awesome. That's
so
so cool.
I'm gonna make sure I get all the directors up here since you're.
Yeah, because You Drive Me Crazy was Nigel Dick as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. So the next one is another Britney. It's
Okay,
Oops.
hold on. Is this sometimes?
Huh?
Is this sometimes?
No, but that one almost. I love that one too. I love all of hers.
I know. I did. Hold on. This is Oops, I Did It Again, right? Okay, yeah.
She does this. Da, da, da.
Can't you see little Noelle there in front of a mirror listening to
Oh, I thought the old lady dropped it in the ocean again. Well, baby, I went down and got it for you. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oops, I did it again. Do you have?
I love it.
I've seen that a million times.
I can tell from the way you're quoting all this stuff that you've seen it like a few times.
So good.
See, Brittany may be watching. She'll end up, next thing you know, Noelle will be doing a duet with Brittany.
Oh my God. If that happened, I would die. Like that would be.
Just make sure she's not doing any Instagram videos.
I love her so much.
Oops, I did it again. So did Nigel Dick direct that too?
Good.
She liked him.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
So let's see. That's 2 Britneys. So we got probably at least 3. It's probably 3 Britneys that you're doing. I know the other one. I'm kind of wondering about the Shania one. You said there's another Shania one up here somewhere, but anyway, let's see. All right. This one, number 5. This is an epic video. This is actually part of a trilogy.
Okay.
And these guys were like we said about Boys and Men. At this time, these guys could do no wrong. So much as they put out 2 CDs the same day. They released the same day. Talking about Guns N' Roses. Talking about November Rain.
So good.
Directed by Andy Moorhan. It was inspired, and I have looked for this so many places because I want to find out. I want to actually read this. Dale James' short story Without You, which he's credited in a long version of the video. This video, gosh, I don't know how long this video is, but it splices in performance video with a wedding, and Stephanie Seymour, which was Axl Rose's girlfriend at the time, is playing the wife, and they do the wedding. They're at the reception, and then I don't know what this is why I want to read this short story. A sudden heavy rain causes everyone to run for shelter, and then the next thing you know, you're at a freaking funeral. The wife is dead. I just don't know. It's always confused me what happened. That's what I want to know. What happened to her? And I've never seen an answer. But it shows him at the cemetery at her casket, heavy rains falling, which I guess that's the November rain. And then it ends with him kneeling beside her grave, and the bouquet he left turns back to white from black. And this is I think the first part of the trilogy was Don't Cry. Then this was second. Then there was one called Estranged, which showed him, I guess they're saying his wife's death drove him nuts, and he was talking to himself, and the cops were after him and all this stuff. But yeah, this one right here, such a great song too. I mean, but they actually said they did, before they cut this down, they did an 18-minute long version of November Rain. That's a little too long. It's a little too long, but
that's too long.
I could do without on so many of the at the end. Don't you think that you need somebody over and over again? You could have cut that back a little bit, and I would have been just fine. But yeah, and Slash does a great guitar solo on this. But you see all the band members in there. Slash is actually supposed to be the best man, and he realizes he forgot the wedding rings, and Duff has got the wedding rings. He gives them a ring. So just a great video, and one of the last, I guess what you call 80s rock epic videos that was out there. But yeah, November Rain is my number 5, and I did say who directed it, right?
Good job, you did.
Yeah, I did say Andy Moorhan. Okay. All right, number 4. Shania.
Yep. You got it.
Hold on. Okay.
Which one?
Here. Any Man of Mine. Whose bed have your boots been on? No. What was the other one? Gosh. Don't Be Stupid. Gosh. What was the one where that don't impress me much?
Yep, that's it.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
So you got a car. That don't impress me.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, such a good song, but the video was so fun. Yeah, her in that leopard thing and the red wig, and she was just, her music videos are all iconic. Like,
yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you on that. I mean, she didn't make my honorable mentions or anything, but Shania back in the day had, I mean, just like we talked about Guns N' Roses and Boys and Men, Shania was on fire. I mean, she could do no wrong. what was a stretch of like 3 albums that she put out that she was just like putting hit after hit after hit.
Yeah. And the music videos, because she's so beautiful and so charismatic and moves so well and emotes so well and is also approachable. It just, like we were talking about before, it just elevated the song to a next level.
Oh yeah.
In a way where it was just, they were so much fun. You know what I
It
mean?
made you want to go out and that would make you want to go out and buy the CD or buy the set or whatever when you saw that video. I can't argue a bit with this. So the Shania Brittany list over here.
Yep. Proud of it.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Number 4 for me.
Okay.
And you when you joined in before we went on there, you kind of heard me listening to it. I'm a big Heart fan. And I just think there is no better. And a lot of people are like, oh, the older Heart, like from the 70s. And I like that, but you can't tell me there's anything better that Heart did than when they put out in 1987 Alone. I mean, that song hit. I mean, you had the starts off, and one of my favorite parts of the video is when, I mean, she's doing the whole "I hear the ticking of the clock." It's slow, but then when on the video, when it really kicks into the harder part, you see the crowd. It looks like a wave hits the crowd, and the crowd jumps up, and and those 2 ladies, beautiful ladies, both of them. And gosh, I always get them mixed up. Anne is the one that sings most of the time, but her voice, she's got pipes, and she has not lost them at all. They actually, after a couple of years of being estranged from each other, they've actually mended the fences, and they're going to go out on tour, maybe do a new album. But the video was directed by Marty Callner, released in June 1987. And it's kind of a weird video, but it works with that. So it looks like she's singing from a balcony to her sister, and her sister's she's riding a black horse. I mean, it's the 80s, guys. It's the 80s. It worked in the 80s. You had to be there. You had to be there. But one of the best ballads of the 80s, and probably for me of all time, I could sit here and watch that video over and over again. And like I said, Noelle caught me when she joined in. I didn't know she could hear it, but she could hear what I was listening to. But yeah, Alone by Heart is my number 4. That should be your next cover.
Yeah, such a great song.
Yes, and I think, and you could probably hit those high parts too, girl.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
There.
So good. It's such a good
song. I love some Heart.
Me too.
Number 3 for you. Okay.
All right.
Are we going somewhere else?
We got another Shania.
Yep. Did I already say it one time?
No, you haven't said it yet. This is, I think, it's my favorite of hers. It's the most.
Trying to think of what it could be. Okay, don't be stupid. You said it wasn't that. We've already done that. Don't impress me much. You already done Any Man of Mine. It's not a ballad, is it?
No, it's a fun song.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Okay. Man, I feel like a woman.
Oh, gosh, I forgot about that one.
That's my favorite Shania. That black bustier, the white shirt, men's shirt, and the high black
Isn't that
boots.
The one where she kind of parodies that Robert Palmer video?
Yeah, and then the guys in the back, they have like, they're playing their electric guitars and they're just going.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was like, I don't know how I forgot that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, so good. And that was directed by I think Paul Boyd. I think he did both of those. I think he did Man, I Feel Like a Woman and That Don't Impress Me Much. Yeah.
I Feel Like a Woman.
All
right.
Okay, what's yours?
Number 3. And this is, oh my gosh. This is like an epic video from back in the day. And people still try to recreate this at certain times of the year, this dance. And back in this time, it had a $500,000 budget. Where's the director? It was this one ended up being like a movie.
Oh my God.
This was like a movie.
Okay.
Because it lasted 13 minutes.
Okay. I think I know where you're going.
TV premiered it, and it just took off to where
Can
they
I
made.
guess? Can I guess?
Yes, yeah.
Thriller?
Yes. Look, this was, what year was it? Okay, 82 or 83. Yeah, 83. Excuse me, 83. And I turned into a huge Michael Jackson fan after Thriller. I actually saved money to buy this album, and to buy something that wasn't Kiss back in that time was like I almost felt guilty. But watching this, John Landis, who was a big time movie director, did this, and special effects. And I remember watching the documentary when they do the whole werewolf thing with Michael. They were talking about all the money they spent on that. But you're sitting there watching them. They're at a movie theater, and they're watching a scary movie. His girlfriend gets scared and runs out. Because he's laughing at her because she's scared. And then they run out of gas, and they're walking down the street, and he was like, I'm not like other guys. Yeah, but what are you talking about? I was like, go away, and to a full-on zombie and a werewolf, and then to do the dancing they do. I could never in a million years do that dance. Never.
Me either.
And then at the end, when they make it seem like she was just dreaming, but then he turns around at the end and he's got the yellow eyes and he's got that evil grin, and you hear the ha ha ha, ha like the Vincent Price. But this actually, did they put this at a theater? Because it's saying it made like $27 million at the box office.
I think they did.
Let me read one of this. Yep. Shown to a private audience at Crest Theater in Los Angeles. Diana Ross, Warren Beatty, Prince, and Eddie Murphy were there. Yeah. So it won, of course, it won the awards for Viewer's Choice, Best Overall Performance, Best Choreography. It was nominated for Best Concept Video, Best Male Video, and Video of the Year. How it did not win Video of the Year, I don't know. I would love to see what won Video of the Year that year over that.
I'm curious too.
I'll have to look this up. Hold on a second. Video of the Year. You got a guess?
No idea.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no offense, but I remember this video from 1984. Here are the nominees. So I'm gonna read you the nominees, and you tell me who you think it was.
Okay.
Okay, Every Breath You Take by the Police. Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper. Of course, Thriller. Rocket by Herbie Hancock. And You Might Think by the Cars. Now, you already know Thriller did not win it. So who do you think got it?
Every Breath You Take?
Nope.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun?
Nope.
Herbie Hancock?
Nope. The last one you would think, the Cars, You Might Think.
Really?
Because they did the whole, if you watch that video, they do a lot of like 1 minute he's after the girl with, and he looks like a fly, and I mean he's pretty much stalking this girl everywhere she goes. He's like, I mean, like I said, he's a fly 1 minute where she's at. He's the gosh, what else was it? I can't remember everything, but no offense to the Cards if you're a Cards fan out there, but that wasn't better than Thriller.
No, Thriller definitely deserved to win.
Who is the Facebook user saying is the Weird Al parody higher on the list? I don't think he did a parody of Thriller. I know he did one of Beat It. He did Eat It.
Oh yeah, Eat It. Just
he did the parody of Bad. He did Fat. So, which I don't know who you are. Identify yourself. Maybe Brian. It may be Brian and them. But yeah, I think that was actually I did have a Weird Al video that made my honorable mention. That was The Saga Begins. Being a Star Wars fan like I am, he did a parody of American Pie, and he had the Star Wars, not the ones we watched in the 70s, but the prequels. He was talking about that throughout the whole song, and that was pretty impressive to me. But yeah, number 3 for me is Thriller. So
love it.
Number 2, okay.
All right.
Got to be a Britney song. No, Britney's probably number 1.
It's a different artist. She hasn't been on here yet.
What?
Yeah, she's iconic, and just a huge pop star. Do you have any guesses? She's a dancer. She was a big choreographer.
Okay, there's 2.
She's an incredible dancer.
Popped in my head right away when you said she was a choreographer. One of them was Paula Abdul. Okay. All right, so this has got to be. Hold on, don't go 2 steps forward. Opposites Attract.
No, I love that one. That's a great one because it's
Straight up.
Yep. Iconic. Okay. So
Paula Abdul making the list.
I know, I love her. We worked together on a project in LA, and
Really?
she's a sweetheart, and I learned a lot from her. And David Fincher directed this, and she used him on several other videos. I know that. And she's a very visual person too, and still is. But yeah, I love her. And that song is just so good. Tell me, do you? It's so catchy.
Do you remember?
Sorry.
Not that album, but the next album, she did that mini movie video for Rush Rush with Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about
it. I like that. See, I like that.
Yeah. Rush. Yeah.
That was it.
He also, one of her idols was Singing in the Rain. Oh, she loves Singing in the Rain. And why can't his name is escaping me?
Was it Gene Kelly?
Yeah, Gene Kelly. And which I love. That's one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time, speaking of movies. But her dancing and just everything about her. And that video was so fun. And her tap dancing. It's like, I watched that. And I'm like, how does a human tap like that? It's insane.
There's another video I did like hers was Forever Your Girl, where she had the kids in there doing mocking, parodying the different videos with the kids. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Somebody that's not Britney or Shania's up here. So let me see. Hold on, because I know number 1 is Britney. I know what number 1 is now.
Yeah, you do.
So you had 3 that weren't Britney or Shania. So impressive. Okay. All right. Number 2 for me. And this was a group back in the 80s. This was a hard rock group.
Okay.
And they had said, we will never sell out and do a music video on MTV. We're never going to do it. And then in 19 1988, 89, they decided to do the first video. And when they did it, boy, they went out. They based it. The song was written based on a movie called Johnny Got His Gun, and it was incorporated. It was actually clips of that movie incorporated into the video. And I'm talking about Metallica's One.
Mm.
The song, it was based on the idea of a soldier losing all his limbs and jaw and being able to hear, speak, or see. And he was in World War One, and he's sitting there trying. You can hear him talking to himself and trying to communicate. She's trying to figure out a way to communicate to these people that I don't want to be here anymore. I'm just laying here. And he finally figures out. He can move his head. He does a Morse code, help, SOS, help. But when they did the video, it was just, and the video set black and white with them. And it's just, after that, yeah, they decided, well, maybe this video thing ain't so bad after all, because it launched that album into another stratosphere and launched their popularity. And then they're up for, I think, for the Grammy Award. The Grammys actually made a hard rock artist of the year that year. I think this was the first year they had it. And everybody just knew Metallica was going to win it.
Yeah.
And no, some group named Jethro Tull. And okay, when I hear hard rock, I'm thinking Metallica. I'm not thinking prog rock. I'm not thinking about a guy playing a freaking flute. And I'm like, what? But
that's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and this really, I will say this video, and people would say, well, they sold out or whatever. This video launched Metallica into when they did the next album with Enter Sandman, which was on my mention.
That's my favorite Metallica song.
Yeah, that was on my honorable mention. That could have been up here, but yeah, they went to another level after this video. I think they probably wish, well, maybe we should have done this earlier. But one is my number 2. So that actually, hold on, let me see. Directed by Bill Pope and Michael Solomon.
Love it.
All right. So we know what number 1 is for you, but go ahead anyway.
Maybe one more time.
Hit me, baby, one more time. You know, I do remember on that video watching it the first time. I was like, this girl's pretty good, and then she's doing the whole basketball thing, and I was like, okay. And then but I couldn't actually say, oh gosh, I'm a Britney Spears fan. But
yeah, well, you're a dude.
I'm like 20. When did that come out anyway?
I think 99.
Yeah, I was 26 years old, so I don't think it would be good for me to say, yeah, I'm about Britney Spears.
Yeah.
So who directed the Nigel guy?
Yep, Nigel Dick. That video was iconic. I mean, it launched her into she became a superstar overnight with that song, with that video.
Did you know who she was before that video? Did you know the whole Mickey Mouse Club thing?
No, I never.
Anybody did with the whole her and Justin Timberlake on the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah, I think that was before my time. I've only seen clips of it now.
Yeah.
But
did you get her book?
I did. I read it. Yeah, I read it in one sitting.
I'm sure. I mean, anytime you're that big a fan. All right, here we go.
Oh, I just dropped a book.
Yep.
It was excellent. Yeah. So
there's a lot of stories coming out of that book too. Kind of disturbing on some.
Yeah.
Make you thinking about some, and I'm not going to say their names, but make you think a little different of somebody else than you did.
Oh yeah.
They were young. They were young.
Yeah.
So, all right. Number one.
All right. I'm curious.
Oh gosh, this video I could watch on loop probably 24 hours a day and never get tired of. Never get tired of the song. I've heard the song probably over 1,000,000 times, and it's no fatigue at all. Um, Back in 1985,
Mm-hmm.
think. See, 85, and back then MTV had a daily. I think it was like Monday through Friday. You could call this number and vote for your favorite video, and they would have it at like 3 or 4 o'clock. They would have who got the most. They'd have like a top 10.
Yeah.
This song got so many. It topped the daily request charts for over 3 months until MTV finally made up a rule named after the band, dropping videos from the request lines 30 days after their MTV premiere, because this one was so, it was on top every day. And I'm talking about Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue.
Oh.
This one was like it starts off, each band member is at a different place. They get called and they say, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. And then you just see tour life. You see the bus, and then you see people setting up and what they're doing backstage. But yeah, the song, the lyrics. Oh man, who wrote the song, by the way? Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee wrote the song, and it's just hits home. Video was directed by Wayne Isham, which I think he did a lot of different videos. I have to. Something tells me he's worked with, let's see, Bon Jovi, Whitesnake, Motley Crue. Let's see. It seems like he was Will Smith, 98 Degrees.
Oh, so good.
Backstreet Boys, Ricky Martin. He's worked with a little bit of everybody, but it's so iconic. He worked with NSYNC too, but I just can't get enough of that song. And the original version, they redid it and did another video for it, but it does not even come close to the original. I love the original version. That's all I want to hear is the original version. But Home Sweet Home is my number one.
Love it. It's a great video.
And then my honorary number one is Limbo, by the way. So.
Why? Thank you, Stevie. I
will put Limbo up there.
I appreciate
This has got to be Brian. What? No Kiss on top of the list. Good song, though. Vince still sings it on Thursday night at Fox and the Lock open mics. Not sure how that beats Britney, bitch. Oh, my gosh.
Well, he's not calling me a bitch.
Yeah. I know what he's meant. Just looking through some of my honorable mentions, which if it's a freaking list. Let me see. Goodbye, Earl. That could have been on my list. Chicks. Of course, I didn't. It was like big for its time. Nobody ever done anything. I don't think anybody ever did anything like Take On Me by Aha, where they did the whole cartoon looking, and then he does that. Bohemian Rhapsody with the Wayne's World dudes. That was pretty cool. Let's see. Home by Chris Daughtry. Do You Remember by Phil Collins. I don't know if you've ever heard that song before.
I need to go listen to that.
That video, though, if you go listen to it and you go watch the video at the same time, it's kind of weird because it shows him like he's being taken back to when he was a kid, but the lyrics were like, but I love he meets this little girl that moves in his neighborhood, and but then it says, "I love you, but I can't take anymore. There's a look I can't describe in your eyes," and all this
Yeah.
stuff. It's kind of the lyrics don't fit really for the kids thing like that. "Mine Oh Mine" by Shadazy, which came
Oh.
from Sweet Home Alabama.
Uh-huh.
"Fight for Your Right" by the Beastie Boys. You'll never believe this though. You'll never believe this was one of video I could watch over and over again.
Okay.
It's gonna be me by NSYNC.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's really a
I
good.
watched. I was watching on MTV back
It
then.
does. It's
Yeah,
got Hey
the
May.
Marionettes, and I was watching the making of that video. And believe it or not, I went out and bought the CD that night for that. So, uh, "Beat This Summer" by Brad Paisley. Gosh, I can't even read my own writing here, Noel. So, Debbie Gibson, "Lost in Your Eyes." I mean, that was my girl back in the day. "Buddy Holly" by Weezer, which they did the whole Happy Days deal. "Thunder Rolls" by Garth Brooks.
Mm.
"These Days" by Rascal Flatts. "Colder Weather" from
No,
Zach Brown Band, and then "Love Song" from Tesla. Uh,
love
with
it.
like a performance, and Travis Tritt, "Best of Intentions," which that told a great story. Uh, and he had a habit of doing that with a lot of his videos. With "Tell Me I Was Dreaming," when his wife, and that's actually continuing from "I Don't Love You Anymore." I think that was the video.
I don't love you. Yeah.
Travis Tritt could do no wrong. I went to see
Love
him right before COVID. He did a one-man show,
it. Uh-huh.
and oh my gosh, who it nobody mentioned "Land of Confusion" by Genesis. Do you remember that video?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so back in the day, I'm trying to. I don't know who this is. It may be Brian, but back in the day, Genesis did this video. It was like it dealt with a lot of like talking about war and politics, stuff like that. It was kind of an upbeat song, but back in the day, there was a lot of people doing a TV show where they were doing these puppets that looked like actual social figures now, actors and all that. And they did a video with it was nothing but those puppets. That was
Mm.
Land of Confusion. I think that was why that got a lot of popularity then. Song wasn't bad either. I like Phil Collins, but I didn't like a lot of his stuff with Genesis. Just figure Facebook uses Brian from now on. So Brian's the only one commenting up here. Yeah. So let's recap your list. Number 10,
Mhm.
"Any Man of Mine," Shania Twain. So we can pretty much do Shania and Britney's greatest hits up here.
Yeah.
Number 9, "It's All Coming Back to Me," Celine Dion. Number 8, "Breathe" by Faith Hill. Number 7, "Before He Cheats," Carrie Underwood. Number 6, "You Drive Me Crazy," Britney Spears. Number 5, "Oops, I Did It Again," Britney Spears. Number 4, "That Don't Impress Me Much," Shania Twain. Number 3, "I Feel Like a Woman," Shania Twain. Number 2, "Straight Up" by Paula Abdul. And number 1, uh, "Hit Me Baby One More Time," Britney Spears. So
Loves it.
my number 10 was "Does He Love You," Reba McEntire, Linda Davis. Number 9, "On Bended Knee," Boys to Men. Number 8, "Forever" by Kiss. Number 7, "Born to Fly," Sarah Evans. Number 6, "Learn to Fly" by Foo Fighters. Number 5, "November Rain," Guns N' Roses. Number 4, "Alone" by Heart. Number 3, "Thriller," Michael Jackson. Number 2, "One" from Metallica. And number 1, "Home Sweet Home" from Motley Crue. So
Love it.
we've got you in your 4-timers now. Now we're going to have to come up with another reason to get you on for number 5 soon.
You don't have to twist my arm.
Well, you're welcome here anytime you want to come up here. Anytime you got something going on. What do you have going on? Yeah, I know you talked about you're going to play the Hard Rock Sunday.
Yep.
Anything else that you can talk about right now that you got going on?
Let's see. So yeah, I'm playing the Hard Rock Cafe in Nashville on Sunday at 1:00. And I've got a lot of new music coming out next year.
Oh,
Lots of new music, lots of really exciting stuff. Like the whole year is slated pretty much. It's going to keep coming.
doing a Britney Spears, Shania Twain cover album.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't tempt me.
Well, you should do one.
I love that. That's a great idea.
That should be one of your Instagram shorts or something like that you do. Do a Britney song, do a Shania song. But,
yeah, that's a great idea. I'll do that.
I bet you won't.
I bet I will.
Oh, that's a dare. That's a double dog dare.
Yeah.
So, but guys, if you haven't already, checked her out. Check this lady out. Check Noelle Toland out. You can find her anywhere on social media, Instagram, TikTok. Aren't you on TikTok too?
I am. I'm on TikTok at Noelle Toland Music, and my music video "You're an Arrow" was just released a week ago. So everyone should go check that out.
I will tell you right now. Let's see. I was just looking at it earlier. Was the video that you've got up here of you playing that live, was that the when you played it the first time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought that's what it said.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Wish we were in Nashville Sunday. That'll be an awesome show. That's Brian, I'm sure. So 8 days, 612 views, guys. Let's get it up. Let's get it out there. You're an Arrow. I mean, guys, and I mean, she's got so many great songs. I just let the whole Noelle list play today. So I was seeing You're an Arrow. I was seeing Sun Will Rise, Limbo, and then the Christmas songs came on. So that's that time of year, Hard Candy Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yes, look. I love some Dolly singing Hard Candy Christmas. And then Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And I Want to See You Again, which, that's my favorite. That is my favorite right there. So, but guys, go out there and really give her a follow. You see how sweet and how entertaining she is. And I mean, to come on this show for 4 times, guys, yeah, she's got to be a glutton for punishment to come on here 4 times.
No, it's an honor. You're always so much fun and so sweet, and I so appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
Anytime anytime you got something you want to push and you want to come on here and talk about something, you got open forum here anytime. You're one step closer to the On the Flythe Hall of Fame, being the first member guy. Hey, there's some guys out there that need to get with me if you want to try to catch up with her, because Brian, I know you've been on here twice, so she's doubled your stuff right here. You better up the ante up here.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much, guys, for the comments, for Brian, for Kathy, for everybody that chimed in, Mallory, for everybody that chimed in tonight. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you guys looking. And guys, if you're out there, you like what you see, you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star review and give us a follow on YouTube. And that helps me get more guests like the one you see in front of you today. Brian said, ha, just waiting for the invite. So we'll see. We'll have to get Brian on soon. But Noelle, thank you so much, as always, for coming on. It's been a blast as usual. We got to come up with another top 10 list we can do. And looking forward to hearing all that new music you got coming out next year. We will definitely keep people posted on all of that. But good luck Sunday. I know you'll do great anyway. But and we'll see if we can get a Britney song out of her. But thank you so much, and you have a great night. And guys, that's going to do it for tonight on the Flythe.